Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, listen, enjoy as we have a conversation about the mundane, the ordinary. One thing that we try to deliver is a podcast episode where it's less than fascinating, so you can hopefully find your way to sleep. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Marco Timpano.
And I'm your co-host, Nidhi Khanna.
And we hope that this episode will allow you to listen and sleep.
Marco, it's that time of year.
It is.
Where you make a change from the clothing of the summer.
Right.
To the clothing of the winter. And one of the ways that you do that is with your footwear.
And we should mention that, not only do we have to change our footwear, but some people like to put footwear on their pets. And this episode is sponsored by BarkBox. You go to getbarkbox.com/the Insomnia Project and you'll get one free month. We'll talk about that later. But Nidhi, do you have your boots or your pet's boots ready?
So my pet hates wearing anything on her feet. Okay. We can talk about that a little bit later. We won't go so controversial so quickly. I do, actually. I have quite a few pairs now of boots that I am quite fond of because of various clothing swaps that I've been to.
Sure.
Most predominantly those organized by your wife.
Right.
And I always get such great boots from there. And then this year I actually bought 2 pairs of sort of winter-esque boots quite early. It was in September. There was a sale going on.
Oh, wow.
And I bought...
That's the best time to be...
It really is.
Shopping for boots is end of season or really early.
Yeah.
Now, we should mention that we're recording this episode in Canada, so boots are an important aspect to our winter dress.
This is true.
So if you're listening from sunny California, Argentina, or Texas, any of those places where we have lovely listeners who listen to us, just bear with our boot part of this episode.
Although all those areas have cowboy boots, so there you go.
Sure.
I have cowboy boots that I've had for about 20 years now.
I've never bought a pair of cowboy boots.
Really? Oh, yeah. I love my cowboy boots. I have cowboy boots. So I guess it's different for women because it's like, okay, you got your heeled boots, you've got your long-heeled boots, your short-heeled ankle boots, you've got different colored boots, then you've got winter boots, hiking boots. There's a lot of boots.
I guess. And this is just winter, or is this
just
or
winter.
Some of those all-season boots?
Those are some of those are all-season. Like I would never wear my cowboy boots in the thick of winter.
Okay.
They're kind of fall and spring-esque.
Would you ever wear them in summertime?
It depends on how warm it is because cowboy boots can get really, like on a hot day, because it can be up to like 35 degrees here sometimes, right? You can't wear cowboy boots on a day like that.
But I think they do in like Texas and stuff in the heat of Texas.
I find it really uncomfortable.
What if you were going, okay, let's say it was August, hot day, and you were going to a hootenanny?
Well, if I was going to a hootenanny, all bets are off.
Okay, so you would probably wear your cowboy boots.
I would feel like I would have to.
Okay. What is important to you in a winter boot? Style or warmth?
Oh, that's why you can't have you have to have more than one boot, Marco. Okay. It's a toss-up. It really depends. I think in my younger days, I went more for style. Now I go more for, can I walk in these for a longer period of time?
And what do you do about the salt? And I mentioned this, I'll clarify that for our listeners who aren't in cold climates. We salt our roads and we salt our sidewalks and whatnot so that the snow and ice will melt. And it will often leave a white salty stain on the shoes that you wear, whether they be boots or shoes. What do you do about your salt stains?
So I actually used to, so I grew up in Montreal, obviously, and over there's a lot more salt that you have on your boots and a lot more winterizing that needs to take place as compared to Toronto.
Sure.
So I used to always, after every season, have like the salt stains on my boots that you have to then go and get taken off, and it's a big production.
Sure.
But here I find it less so, just also because the snow sense tends to
dissipate
melt.
more?
Yeah, a lot quicker than I think even just in the outskirts of Toronto. How about you, Marco? Like men's boots, like, what do you look for in a man's boot?
For me, it is about warmth, durability, and comfort. Because there's nothing worse than having a uncomfortable footwear on, especially in the wintertime. And I like a leather boot and a leather shoe. I prefer it over
suede or anything like that.
Yeah, suede, because I think I'm too rough with my footwear. But for me, especially a winter boot, if it's leather, I feel like it's more durable. Now, I have my current boots, Nidhi, and they need to be resoled. And I've resoled them so many times that I feel like they're not going to be able to be resoled. And I've had these boots for over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
But they were a good leather boot. And because they were a great leather boot, then they lasted so long. They lasted winter after winter. And I resold them, and they were just so great. And I feel like this is the year I'm going to have to get a new pair of boots.
So, leather boots, though, like in the dead of winter, how about like...
They're really well lined, too. I wish I had them
warm?
here. Yeah, they're really warm.
Because I have like my warm, kind of crazy... not like I forgot if it was a North Face pair or something like that, where it's like, okay,
these are serious boots.
These are serious boots.
Yeah.
But they've got like a little bit of like the faux fur on it. So they're kind of fashion boots.
Of course.
Fashion but fierce, but warm.
But I prefer a leather shoe. Like,
really?
I do like...
Really?
Yeah. Do you know...
For snow?
No, sorry. A leather shoe for every day. Okay, let's talk about your everyday shoes.
Okay.
So, Nidhi, what is important to you in an everyday shoe? Like, I have a pair of leather Cole Haan shoes, and they're my dress shoes, and I've had them for quite some time. They look brand new, and I spent the money, but I love these shoes. Now you can't, or at least I can't be spending, like, not every pair of shoes that I own is Cole Haan.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this much, what I spent on that Cole Haan has paid for itself versus other less expensive shoes that last maybe a season.
For sure. I think it's two things. For me, it's like, because I have very weak ankles, I need something that's going to be supportive.
Okay.
But at the same time, it has to have like a cool look to it.
Okay.
Like, I don't like just boring utilitarian shoes. Like, I like statement shoes.
Sure.
I just can't wear heels anymore in the same way.
Okay.
So they have to have a very like either thicker heel or be sturdy in some way, especially if they're booties, or like I can do wedges, things like that, as sandals. But I'm usually in kind of more sneaker-esque type footwear, or flatter, or like kind of like the Empire sandals, or like the Gladiator type sandals.
Oh, is that the kind that have like...
they're very strappy and kind of go around the ankle.
And is it like you've got kind of like a strap that you wrap around your
Some of them have
leg?
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I picture when you say Gladiator.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I usually wear those kind of shoes.
I really don't like shoelaces.
Oh,
even on runners,
didn't know that.
I just don't.
You're a Velcro person?
No, I don't have Velcro. It's impossible to find Velcro shoes that don't look silly, right?
At least after the age of 8.
Right? So it's kind of like...
Who taught you how to tie your shoelaces?
Oh, that's a great question. I'll tell you this. It was about 7 years ago that someone taught me a trick on how to tie your shoelaces so that they don't come undone.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's... you know when you do the loop, Nidhi? So you make the loop, the rabbit ear loop, and then you do the loop that goes around the two loops that kind of cinches them together. Go around one extra time. Do you follow?
No.
Okay. So tell me who taught you how to loop, and I'm going to grab a shoe and I'm going to show you.
It was actually, I believe, one of my cousins who taught me how to do it. I have a feeling I was originally taught how to do it in school, but I couldn't pick it up, and so like one of my cousins did. Okay, so
it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not intuitive if you're a kid, right?
I don't think whoever thought of laces didn't really.
Also, why are we on the creakiest chairs?
I know, because
possibly?
these are like the antique chairs that we're on. I don't know why. Okay, so Nidhi, I'm gonna just do this.
Okay.
Nidhi's gonna describe what I'm doing to her.
Okay,
right?
so you're making a knot, right? And then one bunny ear. Oh.
That's the second one. Then you pull the second bunny ear through the double loop. And this, Nidhi, for a runner, because you're a runner, right? This will keep it so that it doesn't come undone.
So you do it 3 times?
No, I do it twice. I'll do it again for you. So,
okay.
I've done the first sort of tie.
Yeah.
Then I do the bunny ear. Loop again.
Yeah.
And then bring the next bunny ear through the double loop.
Yeah.
And then you can...
Oh, see, I think I do the double bunny ear. Hold on. You talk for a second, and I'll get my shoe now.
Okay, so Nidhi's going to get her shoe. I'm sorry we're on the creakiest chairs around. I don't know how old this furniture is, but it's really old and creaky. So I'm glad we decided to record on the creakiest, oldest. So Nidhi has her shoe, and we all have just one shoe on now for our listeners, in case you're wondering. And that's going to bring me to the shoehorn.
Oh, I wish I had a shoehorn.
I love shoehorns, and my shoehorn broke, Nidhi, and I haven't been the same since.
I can get you a shoehorn.
That's what I need.
Okay.
I need more than anything right now is a shoehorn.
Right.
Okay, so Nidhi
I'm
is...
just going to think about how I tie my shoelaces.
Okay, so Nidhi's going to think about it. In the meantime, I'll tell you she's wearing a pair of gray ankle-high boot-like shoes. She's done her first sort of tie together.
Oh, no, I do a loop.
Yeah, of course you do a loop. You have to do a loop. But you only do one loop, right? Yeah, so that's one loop. So that's the traditional classic
so you're
tie.
saying do
one
loop.
and 2, and then bring that one through like you always do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh.
And so the knot is stronger that way. And it tends to not unravel as much.
But did you ever do your shoelaces like this?
No, that's the double bunny ear, and no, because that would not last for me. Do you do them like that? It seems like something very like what a young kid would do. Not that, listen, I don't judge if that's the way you do it. That's great.
Basically, that's how a 6-year-old.
No, but is that how you tie your shoe?
No,
Okay.
I think I do the loop. I don't know why I thought I.
No,
did
but
the double loop.
but that's an acceptable tie to what you just did there. So, anyways, I invite you to try the double.
I think I'm going to. Now, can I ask you a question?
Sure, and then I want to ask you about shoes that you wear when you run.
Okay.
But ask me the question.
Like when you have laces like this, every time you put your shoe on, do you tighten the laces? Because I don't.
No,
It's like, I feel like these are now kind of, these bottom laces
are to the
to molded to
molded
like
to
what
what?
I need.
Yeah. No, I don't think I don't really don't. I feel like maybe every once in a while I will.
Right, just tighten
But
it up a bit.
I think just slipping it on and tying it.
Okay.
You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Over 90 of the top 100 U.S. accounting firms trust Bill to handle bill pay processes. Why? Because our tools are built on over $1 trillion of secure payments. We're not just moving money. We're powering financial workflows for 500,000 customers. That's a level of expertise you just can't fake. Ready to talk with an expert? Visit Bill.com/proven to get started and grab a $250 gift card as a thank you. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.
To tip off this NBA season on FanDuel, you can choose your own rewards, which means you can play your game any way you want.
I get to choose my rewards?
Yep.
Great! Now, excuse me while I lock in.
All customers choose your own reward right now in the FanDuel app. 21 plus and present in select states. 18 plus in Kentucky. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirement, and max wager amount. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So let me ask you about the shoes you run with. A, how long do those shoes last? And B, are they lace-ups? And what do you do to ensure that the laces are tied so that they don't untie while you're running? So A, how long do they last?
So, okay, if you have someone like Jen Vegans,
who's been on our show before,
who's been on our show talking about running, I would imagine she gets probably a new pair every year, at least.
Oh, I bet even more.
At least.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she has more than one pair of running shoes. But I waited 2 years, and that was too long, but it's also because when I got my running shoes, I wasn't a runner.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's only since I started running this past year where it was like, okay, I need to get rid of these shoes and change it. And so in the last 5K that I ran with new shoes, and it's a game changer.
Oh, great.
You need to switch those shoes every once in a while.
And what do you do for your laces? Because aren't they long? Aren't they long? For, like, do you have to trim them, or do you get special?
I don't trim them.
Okay.
Because they're not that long for me. They're adequate, and I find that with those types of laces, like they don't come out.
Oh,
a
they
lot.
don't.
Like,
Okay.
because they're not. See how like your laces are kind of thin-ish or thinning. Mm-hmm. They're thicker.
Okay.
So they don't really. I don't feel like they come out. They didn't, at least.
Great.
They're also really new, so.
Okay. So
They're gotta
you
give
didn't
some
have
time.
to do the double knot.
Did not have to do, but now I'm going to try it.
Well, there you go. Something our listeners should try is BarkBox, and we said we were going to talk about it a little bit later. And I know it's a favorite of yours, Nidhi.
Yes, it is. And
Tell me what it's like in your house when the box arrives.
there's a lot of sniffing of the box.
On your behalf,
yeah,
or
there's
on,
a lot of me sniffing the
or
box.
on Zena's behalf.
On Zena's behalf. Yeah, and then it's really fun to actually just, because it's just a cardboard box, to open it and let her discover it.
Okay.
Because she's got a short muzzle. She's a Boston Terrier. Like when she sniffs it, like she gets so excited that she starts to like almost sneeze at it, because it's like a snort. It's so exciting. And it's good. We get like a couple of different types of treats, and some of them are and they're different sized as well, so I can put them in her Kong and then leave her for the day when I'm going
That's great.
to work or something.
And do you give her a treat right away, or like what's the first? Does she just grab the toy and that's it?
She
or?
usually grabs the toy.
Okay.
And then she usually forgets that there's other things in the box, and then it's even more surprising. So now that I've had like 2 boxes, my place is pretty much littered with stuffed animals for dogs. So I'm closest thing to like having a toddler or something at home. It's like there's toys and treats everywhere.
But how sweet is that?
It's great. It's really fun, and especially because she had a little surgery this month, and so it was really nice to be able to give her that treat.
So you'll have to let us know what becomes her favorite toy. What's
I will. Well, now the toys are in competition, Marco.
Oh, really?
Oh,
does
yes.
she bring a toy to sleep with?
Yes, she brings one to sleep with.
Do you know which one is her preferred, or is that still undecided?
Well, I think there's going to be some competition now.
Oh, my goodness.
Depends on which one she decides to destroy.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But if if listeners are interested in getting a BarkBox for your dog or someone else's dog, or a gift of some kind for dog lovers, or I don't know, maybe you just like having dog treats around your house. Like, I don't know. You can go to getbarkbox.com/the Insomnia Project. And if you sign up for a 6 or 12 month subscription, you will get 1 month free. And I don't know, Marco, if it's still online. So hurry to the website to check. I believe for a limited time, you can also get an extra toy for free in each of your boxes.
So great. Feel free to look at our show notes, because it'll be there if you didn't have a chance to write it down. And it's a great gift if you have a dog walker in your life.
That's true.
Because I'm sure they would love to have extra treats in their pockets that they could give various dogs that they walk. Speaking of walking. Sorry, Nidhi, were you going to say something?
I was going to, you know what? You had a segue, so you go for your segue.
Do you have your favorite pair of walking shoes?
Oh, good question. I just threw them away.
You like to walk.
I walk a lot. Yeah. I threw them away because they were they were all torn by the end of the year. But I was going to ask you.
Sure.
Boots, shoes, or sandals? Which ones do you prefer?
Okay, so if all things are equal,
yes, all things equal.
And you're like, okay, are you more comfortable in boots during boot season? Are you more comfortable in shoes during whatever season you wear shoes, or comfortable in sandals? I would say sandals. I prefer to have just, something very light on my feet, something very open and airy. And once again, I hate laces, so that's out of the question. And my feet can get very warm in boots, so give me a sandal and I'm a happy man. How about yourself?
I think boots.
Really?
Yeah, I really like my boot collection. I feel like sandals I like, but I find that like if my feet are not primed and ready for sandals, I feel not too good in them. Like I need to have my pedicure game needs to be on in order for sandals to work for me.
I see.
And shoes I like, but I feel my most comfortable in boots. I don't know if it's because I wear a lot of tights that I like having long boots with them too. And it just kind of works with my personal kind of style and what I'm comfortable with. But
what about zippers? Do you prefer a zipper on a boot or just a slip-on boot?
just a slip. Well, usually if I have zippers, they're like kind of decorative zippers on the boot.
Okay.
I prefer slip-on, I think.
What about the make of your shoe or boot? That's an important thing because I've just discovered this. So, my wife was complaining that when she was working, because she works on concrete, right? And, standing all day, it really does a number on your feet. So I said, we're going to go to a shoe store that specializes in comfort.
Perfect.
So we went to this shoe store and I said, we're just going to buy you some comfortable shoes. So we go into this store that specializes in this type of footwear. And I'm like, whatever it is, I want to make sure that she's very comfortable. She's on concrete and whatnot. And so they showed a pair of shoes, Nidhi, and I can't remember the name of them, but they're made in the U.S. and they've been made since the 1920s, and they're not handmade, but they're made in the U.S. with fine quality leather, and all the items in it are like well bound and stitched and done. And you could see when you held it that it's like, this is a great shoe, and it's very light. The other thing was it was a very light shoe, and after she wore it for like a week, she's like, it doesn't even feel like I feel like I'm walking on air. So
wow.
Yeah, so that was one pair. And then she bought, I think, a pair from Sweden. Once again, super quality, very expensive, well made. And you can see the difference. And my argument is invest in your shoes and they'll treat your feet right.
You know what? Shoes are one thing where it's like you can't, I used to work. One of the first jobs I ever had in retail was at a store called the Hudson's Bay Company, the Bay in Canada, and I worked in the men's shoe department as a cashier.
Oh,
yeah, back in Montreal, and it was very interesting because men's shoes are significantly more than women's in terms of like just everyday shoes. Like,
sure.
But the quality is amazing. Like I can understand why men would come in and like spend $400 on shoes,
right?
But the quality of the shoe was completely different than like a $50-$100 woman's shoe, right? So it was really interesting to see that, and I had never really thought about it before. But yeah, like I remember being really fascinated by the price differential on the shoes.
The other great thing too, Nidhi, is if you have a good shoe, boot, or sandal, it's so much easier when you bring it to a cobbler, a qualified cobbler, to repair. Yeah. Because they're dealing with
good quality
and it's structure and all that stuff. So they're not trying to like, I don't know what the expression is, but they're not trying to really like
make a poorly made shoe into a better shoe.
Yeah, they're just trying to like repair. Now, do you have a cobbler you go to, Nidhi?
So I have been meaning to go to the cobbler near my home because it's all women cobblers.
Oh, this is great.
On Dundas Street West.
I've read something on them. Yeah.
So I haven't had a chance to go during the times that it's open, but I want to get a pair of shoes that I got back from leather shoes from Italy, actually. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they could fix them. So they just need
if they're
to be
good
resold.
Quality shoes, that's ideal for a cobbler, right?
Yeah. So, but I want to go there. I'm really excited.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I read about those ladies.
I forgot the name off the top of my head, but
I go to one. Well, I used to take Rogers Road to go to my parents, and they moved, and now I don't take Rogers Road anymore. And this young man has taken over from his grandfather, and he's the new cobbler. And I don't go there anymore, but there's one on the way to work that I see. But I think I want to go back to the apprentice cobbler who is now a cobbler. And so I think the other great thing about going to a cobbler, Nidhi, is that it's so nice to have fashion that isn't disposable. So it's so nice to have shoes that you keep for years rather than a season. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know that Amanda bought some secondhand shoes at a local sort of secondhand shop, and she bought really expensive shoes for next to nothing. When she looked up a pair of shoes she bought, they were like $400 shoes, Nidhi. She spent $11 for, and they were brand new. And there's some name. I think she has a Bruno Maglia shoe that she bought for $20, and they were like $250 shoes, and very lightly worn and great quality. So, you know, I also say take a look in other stores. If you know your shoe brands, you can really, really get a deal. That said, I need to get new shoes, new boots, and I'm okay for sandals.
I have a feeling that the name of the cobbler is Soul Survivor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, on Dundas Street West.
Amazing. Well, you'll have to let us know how that goes, Nidhi.
I will. I can't wait to actually use their services.
Now, do you have a pair of shoes, Nidhi, that you don't wear but that you love and you can't get rid of?
Oh, yeah. All my heels.
Really?
Oh, my gosh.
So tell me why you can't get rid of them, and what's your absolute favorite shoes that you have in your closet?
I mean, I can't get rid of them because they're all really unique. Like,
Okay.
I have zebra print. I have very cool heels.
Right.
I just can't wear them properly anymore. And at one point in my life, I had a job where I was wearing heels quite often.
Oh, I see.
It was in more of a corporate setting and all of that stuff. But I won't get rid of my cowboy boots. I've just had them for too long. And I think...
Where did you buy them?
In California, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I can't get rid of shoes.
Fair enough.
I just can't get rid of shoes
Well,
unless
listen.
they're like poorly made shoes.
Okay. Well, there you go. Everyone has their favorite. We hope you enjoyed this episode on shoes, boots, sandals, cobblers, you name it, shoelaces. We certainly enjoyed talking about that. As always, we want to thank you for listening. Our sponsor for today's episode was BarkBox. Feel free to go to getbarkbox.com/The Insomnia Project to get yourself a free month on your order.
And please do find us on Instagram at The Insomnia Project or on Twitter at Listen and Sleep. We always enjoy reading your reviews, so please feel free to rate us or review us on iTunes. And of course, we, as always, are produced by Drumcast Productions and have been recording from Toronto, Canada. Until the next time, bye-bye.